got you, yes he do. If you got spirit.
All right, if you clicked on the video, you know what we're about to talk about. We're about to talk about the gossip. What's said about you behind closed doors, who doing the talking, who doing the yapping, and maybe we're gonna go from wild to mild. So go ahead and take a deep breath and choose an image with your third eye, not your first or second eye. Basically picking a card, and whatever card that you pick, you'll find the corresponding reading in the timestamps below. Some people pick more than one pile. You can pick more than one. You can watch all 3 piles if you would like. Some people do that to get all of the information they can from each one, and leaving what doesn't resonate, to somebody else. But there'll be a main pile that will resonate with you the most. That's how this works. That's my intention with this. Also, y'all know I really don't care about what people decide to say, and you shouldn't either, about the gossip. If it ain't really paying your bills, it ain't really benefiting you. So like, at the end of the day, who cares? But I do know that on some level, we do kind of want to know what they be saying though, right? Right. So it's okay. But like, take it with a grain of salt. Don't get too invested in it. And at the end of the day, use it as a tool for self-reflection, for self-awareness. If anything, if we can use it for anything productive, maybe we can use it for that. But don't get too caught up about what people are saying about you, because it really doesn't matter. And what people think about you, it doesn't matter. You can't change it anyway. So do something productive with it. But I am taking personal readings. You'll see that on the in the actual readings, like how to contact me. You can still click the link for like a reading that you can get, like a recorded reading that'll get back to you in like 48 hours. Or you can do a same day reading by texting the number. We can set something up. But I don't want to keep this too long. Y'all know I love you. Go ahead and like the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. And definitely leave a comment. Comments are everything for me. I read every single comment. I respond to every single comment just about, or at least put a heart on it. Like I read all my comments. I love y'all. Y'all know that. But I will see y'all at the reading. Bye for now.
If you got spirit, spirit got you.
What up, pile number 1? Welcome to your reading on What's the Gossip About You, what they saying about you. Remember, we really don't care too much about what they got to say, but we can use this as a tool for self-reflection. Take what resonates, leave what don't. This is a general reading. I'm going to start by pulling these oracle cards to see what comes up first. Just the situations, the vibes. All right, I have single, independent, freedom from, attachment, available to date. Take this how it resonates. This could also mean that you work for yourself, that you are an independent person, doing your own thing, not answering to nobody. It could be that. It could also be that you just broke up with somebody and you feeling light as a feather. Clown, degrading, appearances, shame, humiliation. That's the core of the unfounded gossip for you. People who just want to bring you down to earth, because I feel like you have a lot of confidence right now. You may be glowing right now. You may be trying to attain some level of like of self-love or self-validation that shakes people right now, because maybe they're used to you like looking for like acceptance or looking for validation outside of yourself. Maybe that was a thing you had to kind of overcome. And so now that you're in this place of like, I don't fuck with that. It's like they want to bring you down to earth. And these are people who are insecure with themselves. Like, I miss the insecure version of you. It's kind of that, There are always gonna be people like that. And that's how you know when to cut people off, or like who your real friends are, or like when it comes down to outgrowing people. Like the same people who could have been your soul tribe, or could have been like, the person that you leaned on, like your support system, like when you were less evolved, like they can be toxic for you once you reach a certain point, because they're not ready to grow yet. It's like either grow with me or you stay right there. And sometimes people rather you not just stay right there, but also come back down to their level. And that's not going to happen. That's not healthy. And you shouldn't have to put up with that. So I do feel like some people want to degrade you or bring you down to match their own like low ass frequency. We have triggers, flashbacks, trauma bond, inner child wound. Yeah. So this could be like a friend. This could be somebody that you formed a trauma bond with, who basically would speak ill about you behind your back, but still, weirdly enough, want to stay in your orbits. Like they smile on your face and they still act like that supportive friend, but it's like, you can tell when you hang out with this person, you can tell when they're around you that something feels off. There's a disconnect, like the things that they talk about versus what you want to talk about. It's almost like y'all talking different languages or something. And it's like, you start seeing this person less and less, and they have a problem with it, and they talk to your other friends or talk to their other people about it, like how much you've changed and how like like want to make you seem like this uppity, like know-it-all, higher than thou type of person when that's not even the case. It's not the case. We have blind, searching for answers, blinded to the truth, watching you online, wanting to know. And those same people will kind of like really invest in what you're doing moment to moment. So it wouldn't surprise me if you had like a social media following, or if like you, like say have some, like you put yourself out there or something like that, in a way that people want to know more about you in a toxic way. Almost like those people who like, they only follow you or only engage just to see if you'll slip or do something that'll contradict who you say you are. And we see that with the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is like people trying to find the contradictions in what you say versus what you really are. Like basically try to catch you lying. Or there's also maybe a specific situation, like say you may have said something to somebody, like literally you may have like said some hard truth, something that cut. Like you know, and people may be talking about that situation, that person may be talking about that situation, like, can you believe what they said to me? You know, kind of shit. The Lovers in reverse comes up, because this is about, that could be about like disharmony in a certain relationship. Like, so it doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be romantic. If especially if you just cut it off with somebody and they didn't take it well, or you didn't take it well, and it caused like a verbal conflict or something like that, especially if the conflict was more like, say, people were around to see it or hear it, or even if they didn't, it's like this person's screenshotting stuff, this person's like recording stuff, they're trying to like basically have receipts. It's the energy of receipts. Some of y'all may have been contacted and provoked. I'm hearing that. Somebody may have been contacted. Like you may have been minding your business, the tower. You may have been minding your business. The person just pop up and just start saying crazy stuff to you to get you to react. And while they're doing that, guess what they're doing? Screenshots, receipts for whatever reason, like because they have nothing better to do. The Three of Wands comes up in reverse because there's something about they weren't expecting how you would handle it or handle their mess, their toxicity. So they have to create situations in order to make you feel like you're not as evolved as you really are. To make you feel like, oh, you're kidding yourself. If you really think you've grown, watch this. It's petty. It's very petty. And they're doing it because they want to put shame in you. That's it. They want to put shame in you. They think that you're too full of yourself. The King of Wands comes up in reverse. Is like more the neutral energy, which is like saying you are in a place of really truly creating your life, commanding your life. You may be running the show in like figuratively and literally. You know, like say if you hold a position in a job where like you tell people what to do, or you're a director or anything like that, a manager, it's like there are people who talk bad about you because they don't like authority, they don't like your authority, right? They may say like, oh, this person is overbearing, oh, their standards are way too high, like nothing's ever right for them. And it's like, maybe it's less about what you want, like maybe it's less about your standards versus like the bullshit that they want to present to you, or like the slop that they want to present to you, or like their lack of work ethic. And so instead of like sitting with the fact that maybe that they aren't necessarily living to their own standard, like living to a higher standard, they want to like shame you for having higher standards than they do, which is kind of silly. Some people also say you have control issues. The Eight of Swords comes up, clarifying that as well. Like it's hard for you to for someone to change your mind once your mind is already made, and that may be a thing too. Some people just won't accept a confident person just saying what it is, and it's like, no, like it's a person it's two people who want to control a situation, and it's like it doesn't work that way, you know. And this could be someone in your family. This could be somebody that you have to deal with, like people who just don't agree with maybe your lifestyle, agree with like what you're doing, and then like they are adamant to like let you know like no, and it's like you push back equally hard like no, and they hate that, and so they're talking about how hard-headed you are, how hard to deal, you're so hard to deal with sometimes. And that may be true. You may be hard to deal with sometimes, but guess what? Maybe that just means that they're not for you and you're not for me. Like if it's hard for you to deal with me, then maybe you should deal with somebody else at the end of the day, right? If it's hard for you to deal with me, maybe you should just deal with somebody else, right? Because the people who love you, the people who don't feel that way about you, see you as the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, solid, dependable, loyal, still got that boss ass energy though. You still no matter what you do in your life, whether this is relating to your personal life, your professional life, your creative life, your romantic life, it's like you're gonna show up as somebody who is solid and stable no matter what. It's giving fixed sign energy. So you can be a Taurus, you can be an Aquarius, you can be a Scorpio, Leo, have that anywhere in your chart really heavy. It's like those signs are the ones that really move things along consistently. Like we know what we want and we know what we don't want, and we pretty much, you can expect us to live up to the standards that we set. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't normally veer off like what we say we're gonna do. And so they can be jarring for people or triggering for people who don't have that sense of stability within themselves. Like it doesn't matter if, like, no matter where you are in life, like if you have, like, say, financial security, or if you have, like, you know, if you're successful in that sense. No, it's something about your spirit, your soul, like your commitment to yourself and your self-respect. It's like, it's something that cannot be, like, bargained. It's something that cannot be compromised. So it's like, people who love you see you as that. They see you as very honest about that. Clarifying that, we have the Five of Swords, and anybody who tries to belittle you or take that from you gets dealt with. Maybe not necessarily by you all the time. I feel like there are people in your life that stick up for you in ways that you don't even know. Like people who, like, say, like people who maybe not like you in a friend group, or like say if you're not even around. Like there are people who, like, oh no, you're not gonna talk about that one. Let me tell you about yourself. This person's not even here to defend themselves. They stick up for you and may not even tell you. Those are the best type of friends. The friends that will sit there and stand up for you and tell somebody off on your behalf and not even tell you that they did it. That's a real friend. I feel like you have that in your life. You have that. I feel like you've done that for people too. It's like, so if you ever feel alone, if you ever feel like people don't actually support you, you have a lot more support than you'll ever really truly know. Because, like, what's done behind, like, closed doors and what's said about you behind closed doors, you're just as powerful. Like your influence carries over to places where you don't even see. So sound off in the comments, let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, remember guys, I love you. I mean it. You can always book a personal reading. And if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do.
Blessings in all we do. Spirit guide you.
What up, pile number 2? Welcome to your reading on What's the Gossip About You, what they saying about you. Remember, this is just a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. At the end of the day, who cares what they be saying about you? Who cares what these people say? This is just for self-awareness. Use it as a tool for entertainment, whatever you want to use it for, but just don't take it too seriously, because we don't really care about what people think, right? At the end of the day, this is just a curiosity reading. But we're gonna start with these oracle cards before we get into the tarot. All right, I see witchcraft. Someone is hexing. There's a spell and negativity. Okay, so this is, I don't take that literally, like someone is actually casting curses on you. I mean, if they are, they are, man. If you, whatever you into. But I'm not saying that that's what's happening for most people. What I'm saying is, with that witchcraft card, it can be, somebody can be under a spell of negativity, meaning that no matter what you do, no matter how you come like step to this person with authenticity, with peace and love, they will never ever like you. I don't know why. It's a person who is so fixated with hate in their heart, so strong that they will never ever want to make peace with you. It could be something because of a mistake that you made, or it could be because they are projecting like their own sense of self-worth onto you. Like it's a literal energy of like, I don't like you. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's almost like they get power out of this energy of like knocking you down like every time for no reason. This feels like a sibling or a family member for some reason. I don't know. But secrets come up. Love affair, keeping things inside, not opening up in illusions. We have deja vu. There's history, happened in the past, repeated patterns. So the person, or the, like where your gossip is coming from is a familiar face. It's a familiar face. It's someone that you either have to deal with or someone that you have dealt with in the past, that you have history with for so long and they don't want to let it go. One more card. Okay, thank you. Dismiss, disregard, ignore, look the other way, leaving behind. You don't even, something tells me that you don't even, like, you know who this person is and you don't even care. It's like, yeah, I know who it is. I don't even have the bandwidth anymore. Like it's been going on for so long that I'm just numb to it at this point. It's like that's the energy that I'm getting. And this person is like relentless. It's like, okay, I get it. Like, especially if there was like some mutual bad feelings or some mutual conflict or something like that. But at a certain point, I think you kind of moved on and like let it go. And they're still like feeling it as if it happened like yesterday. They're still feeling it as if it's still fresh in the air. And this is some stuff that has happened, like that's been resolved or been moved on from on your end. So like, take this with a grain of salt. The Four of Pentacles in reverse comes up as the negative energy. People are talking about how maybe you're stingy with your time or you're stingy with your energy. It's almost like maybe, like I said, you're not taking the bait. But people are also really interested in your finances for some reason. People want to know like how you make your money, like where your money's coming from, and if you have as much as you say you do or something like that. I don't know why that. The Six of Wands in reverse. Some people are talking about how like maybe you don't like you do unsavory things for money, and this is unfounded, by the way. I don't think this is the case in real life. Maybe like people assume the worst because they can't attain the things that you have or whatever. Like say if you got yourself a new car or a new place or whatever, and like coworkers who work the same job making the same amount as you, how they can afford all that? I get the same pay, but I don't understand. It's like, mind your business. Mind your business. So that's like they must be doing some shady stuff. They must be doing like the wrong thing in order to get money. They must be scamming people. They must be like selling pictures or something. I don't know. It's like crazy stuff. It's giving mind your business, to be honest with you. I also see like an air energy here. You may be like a really smart person or really like a person who's like really vocal about what you go through or what's going on in your life. Like say, like if you had a blog or something like that, or if like you just, something about the power of words. I don't know what that means, but, I'm getting like heavy Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius vibes. Heavy. Could even be a Leo or a Capricorn, or have that heavy in your chart. But, this Nine of Swords comes up in reverse. People who actually know you, they speak to your anxiety or your nervous energy. People talk about how like, I think sometimes you come across as awkward. You're confident, but you come off as like a little bit different. It's like you have like this nervous energy about yourself. Like it's almost restless. Your mind is thinking 1,000 miles a minute on like 6 different outcomes of what could happen. And it's like, people pick up on that, and people can sometimes take that as you being unsure of yourself. And that may not be the case. You're just really thorough. And now you may have some anxiety issues though, but like the Seven of Wands comes up as well. People also talk about how maybe sometimes you shut down when you feel like cornered, or you feel like, say, confronted about something, even if it's not something innocent. Like say if anybody questions you, sometimes you take that as sometimes a more defensive stance on that. Like why would you, don't question me, like I know what I'm doing, kind of thing. Like you don't like that. And that just may be the truth of what it is. But also, I think tone is something that really affects you. Like, it's oftentimes not what people say to you, is how they say it. And you may pick up on, like, say, the undertones of, like, why they ask that question, even though they're not being, like, straightforward. You know how people sometimes will, like, do this thing where, like, they know the answer to the question, or they know how the question's supposed to come off, but they'll say it in a way that's almost so passive aggressive, where like if you react to like what they're really asking you, underneath all the subtext and everything, they can be like, oh, you're overreacting. I would never say that. That's not what I said. You're taking it the wrong way. And it's like, no, you meant what you meant to say it like that. It's like, don't play with me. It's like you're real quick to call that out or react to that. And it throws people off, because like the whole point of them saying what they said in subtext was so that you would not pick up on it, but you pick up on it. You know, this big ass cup. You pick up on people's intentions really, really easily, but you also maybe react to them really, really easily. Almost to the point where they say like, see, I'm justified. See, I like they're crazy or something like that. It's like, no, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You just don't have the time or the patience to play these little mind games. And so you unintentionally make that like, say a talking point that, like about you when people want to discuss you or bring your name up when you're not around. It's a catch-22. But what people like about you, what they say about you, is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're blunt. Yes, you do have opinions. You're a very strong, opinionated person. You're not going to be quiet if you don't want to be quiet, and you're not going to talk if you don't want to talk. This is what it is. So it's like you give this clear energy of like what you see is pretty much what you get. If I said it, I meant it. If I mean it, then I said it, and that's just what it is. But sometimes people will take that bluntness as like a way for you to kind of like not necessarily add any warmth to it. It's almost like they see your bluntness or your sharpness as a way of to control a certain situation or control say what's going to happen. And I don't think it's a bad thing. It's like it is a way for you to kind of be like, this is what it is. Don't look any further than this. This is like, and leave me alone. Like, don't ask about anything else. And some people admire that because it's like not everyone can do that. Like, you're not so much caught up on like, if I say this thing, will this person hate me? Or if I say this thing like this, will like they look at me this way? It's like, no, you don't really care that much. It's like I want the truth to be known, so that way there's no miscommunication. You're really, if anything makes you nervous, it's the fact that you are misunderstood. You don't want to be misunderstood. That bothers you, but you don't care if they don't like the information that they receive. That's not your problem. It's like, I just don't want you to get it twisted. That's basically what you said. I just don't want you to get it twisted. But that's pretty much it. I feel like if you feel attacked by anybody, if you feel like some weird energy, this is from somebody that's already been on a crusade to smear your name for whatever reason, because it's been going on forever, and I don't see it stopping. But I do see you just like literally not caring, and that's the best thing you can do. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, remember guys, I love you. I mean it. You can always book a personal reading, and if you got spirit, spirit got you. Blessings in all we do. Bye.
Divination, he got you. Yes, he do. If you got.
What up, pile number 3? Welcome to the reading on what's the gossip about you, what they saying about you. We're gonna take it wild to mild, I guess. Looking at the more outrageous stuff from like maybe your haters, all the way to maybe the people who actually like you and maybe say good things about you, the good qualities that they see in you, right? So we're gonna start off with these oracle cards to see what comes out. Obviously, take what resonate, leave what don't. And at the end of the day, on a what's the gossip reading, we don't really care about what people say. Like, we don't really care about about what they got to say. It's more like, how can you use this for some self-awareness, or maybe just be entertained. I don't know. But first card out we have is decision, wrong reasons, contemplating, stay or leave, uncertain. Talking about a decision that you've had to make, or maybe being indecisive. We have gossip. Well, that's that's appropriate. Spreading rumors, petty conversation, smearing your name, making you the fool. And I feel like that's coming from something that happened romantic, or like maybe from a romantic rival of sorts. Somebody who may be mad because they can't have you, or somebody who is mad because they want what you have. I don't know. We also have jealousy. Here we go. Rumors, pettiness, being envious, talking behind your back. I think you attract a lot of that for some reason. Bottom of the deck is denial. Revenge, retaliation, plotting payback, punishing, and getting even. Somebody is mad. Somebody is mad at you. This isn't just what's the gossip for you. This is like somebody is literally fuming. Either because you either don't take the bait, or you know what it is and you spin it in a way so they can't get any satisfaction from like pouring salt on your name. That could be a thing. Because like the first card out we have is the Knight of Cups. And that's like the negative rumors about you. That's the things that people say that's being said about you in a malicious way, an unfounded way, from a place of shadow, not from a place of truth, just to be malicious. So I think, and it comes up upright. It comes up upright. It's not even in reverse. So it's like saying, I think you enter situations, or you have like you wear your heart on your sleeve a little bit, in the sense of like you actively want to date, especially if you're single. Like you're out here like trying to get to know people, trying to connect, trying to spark something that's going to be meaningful for you, even if it's not forever. You don't want something that's superficial or surface level. you come in with like idealism and optimism and something a little bit more romantic, and people who can't hold that, or people who can't meet that at its core, they fall off. And I think you attract a lot of people who will try to match your energy. Like they'll say the right things. They're like, yeah, I'm into that. I'm trying to like I'm date for marriage and that kind of thing. And it's like, but their actions will not necessarily line up with that. And so you lose interest, you lose patience. The Two of Pentacles comes up as well with that. It's like saying you also attract people who want your attention, who don't deserve your attention, and you don't give it to them, and so they lash out. So it's like that. It's the nice guy thing, you know, the person who comes in like, I can show you something better, I can treat you different, and it's like when you reject them, like, oh, this is for me, or no, thank you. Oh, now you're a bitch. Now you're this. Now you're that. Now you're the worst person I've ever met. Now you're ugly. It's like, oh my God. And it doesn't stop there. They start talking about you to other people. It's like they start, like someone starts a smear campaign about you within their inner circle because you don't want to be bothered. This could also be an ex. I see the Queen of Cups in reverse. They play with your play with your feelings because if they can get to you, if they can get you to say swap out that softness that you have, that kindness that you have for something more spiteful, say a reaction out of you, because we're all human. Just because you're a good person, or just because you're a loving person or whatever, it's like we can still be pushed like past our limits and become, you know, defensive, like, because we're people. So it's like if they feel like they can get you to that place, then they win or something like that. They, like, see, I knew that they were fake. I knew it was just an act. I knew you weren't no better than anybody else. And it's like I never even said that. And so I feel like right now people may be trying to push your buttons just so they can fall back on that energy of saying like, oh, I knew they weren't as nice as they said they were, or whatever. Trying to make you out to be something that you're not. So if you feel like there's some unnecessary amount of like, say, conflict going on with somebody, it's like, ask yourself if you're playing into it. Ask yourself if they are mad because they know that they can't meet you or match your energy when it comes down to what you can like provide, like what you bring to the table emotionally. Then it's just them basically projecting all that on you. They know they're not they know that they're not worth it, so they got to make you not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And baby, you're worth it. The Hermit comes up as the neutral energy. Some people who actually know you, who aren't tied up in that romantic thing, that whatever that you got going on there, they feel like you are sticking to yourself, or like maybe more going through a hermit phase, or being more withdrawn emotionally. The Eight of Cups comes up in reverse. It's like you haven't really gone anywhere. It's not that you're cutting people off. It's just like you don't want to be bothered, if that makes sense. You're in a more introspective place. And I feel like there's something riding on a decision that you have to make for yourself. This could have nothing to do with relationships. It may have something more to do with like where you want to be in life. Like maybe you feel like I got to get my life together. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like wondering like what's next. And so I feel like maybe you have you've kind of put yourself in a place where you're not necessarily listening to the noise. So people are talking about like where are you? You know, I think a lot of people, the people who love you see it as like, oh, they're just reflecting, or they're just having a moment. We'll pray for them and kind of hope they come back soon. But it's like there are people who wonder like what's going on. People who are less secure in themselves are wondering if you like cut them off, or like if you're acting funny. And they're making it. Some people are making it about them when it's really not even about them. It's about you. The World in reverse comes up with the Two of Cups. There's some energy of like unfinished business with somebody. There may be somebody in your life, whether you know it or not, who is talking about how like maybe you left them high and dry, or like there's no closure, or they don't have any understanding as to what happened. And like I said, in this part of the reading, it's like it's more so about you, not necessarily cutting anybody off, but just basically maybe trying to figure out what you need and what you want. And that's not tied up in like, you know, providing for somebody else right now. You need to take care of yourself. So it's like, it's not that things have ended. It's like you're just putting things on pause, and they're taking it as I'm being abandoned. Like, you know. And there's also energy of maybe people saying that you don't know what you want with the Nine of Cups in reverse, or like when you get the thing that you think that you say that you want, it's like you sabotage it or you withdraw from it because you don't believe in it or something. That's just what somebody's saying. Like I came in and gave you what you wanted, and then when you got it, you discarded it. You said that it wasn't worth anything. At least that's how someone's perceiving it. May not be the truth. Could be the truth. But on a positive note, like what people are saying about you on a positive light is the Seven of Swords. How the Seven of Swords can be a positive card, Dap. Okay, if you take away the energy of like it being sneaky and like stealing and somebody who has no morals, that's not the core energy of the Seven of Swords. The core energy of the Seven of Swords is more of an Aquarian energy of like being strategic, thinking outside the box in order to get what you want. More so like, it's almost like loopholes. Somebody saying like you figured out a good loophole about something, or to a rule or something to get what you needed, you know? It's like when you bend the rules just enough for it not to be considered a violation, but just a strategic way to get what you need or what you want. Clarify is the strength in reverse, especially if it's revolving around somebody who would use, like say, some kind of manipulative tactic. Like you kind of outsmarted the manipulator. You manipulated a manipulator. It's kind of what it's saying. And it could be in terms of relationship or whatever, but it's like the people who love you and know you, it's like, oh, she outsmarted him. He got him. It's like you beat somebody at their own game. And people hate that. And that could be the reason why they're so mad about it. But sound off in the comments, let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, remember, I love you. I mean it. You can always book a personal reading. And remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and we do.